Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is known as the Queen of Better Sex. Her talk, Wild, Sexy, and Free, is going to show you the magic of better sex. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Ute Benecke.
Thank you. Welcome. Did you know that better sex not only leads to better sex, but also to more confidence, more happiness, more success, and more money by working less? So, would you like to make 100,000 by having better sex? If yes, please raise your hand. Before we come to this, let me start at the beginning. See, I'm just a Catholic girl. I grew up on a farm just next to the church. I've got a brother and siblings, and I've never talked about sex until I was 37. Not with my parents, not with my sisters, not with my friends, and not with my partner. So, I was in a relationship, and no, we didn't talk about sex. We had sex, so it seemed like everybody had sex, but we don't talk about sex. And when I got out of this relationship, I was like, okay, so now, what else is out there? I was curious, and I wanted to find out what else is out there in this world of sex for me, the Catholic girl who never talked about sex. So I just started experiencing and doing my first step after I moved into my own apartment and was sitting on my bed, looking, I said such a flashy pink floor, and I was wondering, okay, so Ute, what's next? How can I experience this world of better sex? Then my life changed. I went to the hospital and I had a surgery which was meant to be just a regular surgery. When I woke up after the surgery, the doctor came to me and said, Ute, I am so sorry, but we had to remove your womb. So I was shocked. I felt like I'm not a real woman anymore. How is this going to work if I'm not a real woman anymore? How can I experience my sexuality and, find out what's out there if I'm not feeling like a real woman anymore? And, my head was already going in this cold, white hospital room to a place where I thought like, well, I'm just going to end up like an old woman, desperate, and no man, no sex, no kids, all dreams are gone. Until I felt like, wait a minute. I'm going to make a decision right now. I'm not going there. I'm going to decide that I will change my life. So I left the hospital and I was on a mission to change my life and, of course, to have better sex. So I went to my first workshop about female sexuality. Oh my gosh, I was so nervous. And when I got there, I remember we were sitting in a circle. It was a women workshop. And I was sitting on this purple, nice meditation cushion. And I was so nervous. And I looked up and I saw so many beautiful women. Do you know these beautiful women, like blonde, long hair, tall leg, and toned body, and just like hot and sexy, and you think like, oh my gosh, they look amazing, and everybody is turning around for them, even women, not only men, even women. And I always thought, oh well, if you look like this, you're just happy and you don't have any worries. Until I was sitting on this purple meditation cushion and was listening to the woman who sat just across me. Just this beautiful woman. And when I listened to her and heard what problems she had and what she was dealing with, this was the moment for me where I made another decision. I made peace with my body. And I was like, I'm so happy just the way I am. And I will not go there and care about how much weight or, I'm just going to make peace with my body. Because if you would like to have better sex, you need to love your body and you need to be in peace with your body. Because when you're having sex and you're always in your mind thinking about, oh, is this a good position for me? Do I look good here? No, what will he think of me? You're missing the best. The feeling, the sensation, all the yummy, juicy stuff. Because you're in your head dealing with what's not even there. Because he doesn't see that. So, and this was the moment, and I still can feel the relief, in this moment where I made peace, and I was just like, yeah, that's me, that's who I am, and I'm in peace with that. So, I met a woman at a workshop. Her name was Lisa, and she came up to me and said, Ute, I need to talk to you. And I was like, oh, she was one of the good-looking, blonde, attractive, hot ladies. And she came up to me and said, can I work with you? I didn't have sex for 2 years. And I was like, oh, didn't expect that. So I said, of course, we can work together. So we were working together, and we were implementing my proven plan and steps that I use so that my clients have better sex. And after 3 weeks working together, she attracted a new lover. And she had good sex. And she went on with that. She was attracting even better lovers because she had more and better sex. So at the end, when we were working together, she said to me, Ute, working with you was the best thing which could happen to me, because she felt more confidence in her business. She started doing videos online. She was showing herself. She was presenting herself, which she was afraid of before. And of course, she got new clients and made more money by having better sex. And if you think of better sex, think, I often get asked, what's better sex and how do I know where I am? So I would like to invite you to a little exercise, and don't be afraid. You don't have to do anything, just in your mind. Go on a scale from 1 to 10. How would you rate your better sex? Like, 1 is like, okay, I'm done with that. I'm going and be a nun. And 10 is like, ooh, this was the best sex ever, like yummy, juicy, woo. So you don't have to tell me, just go in your mind and see where you are on a scale of 1 to 10. So if you're maybe at a 10, I just want to invite you. Are you really sure? Do you really know what you don't know yet? And if you're not at a 10 yet, what is holding you back? Think about. How would 10 be like for you? How would it feel? How would you show up in a conference, in a meeting? How would it feel to be like hot, sexy, turned on fire? And what's keeping you from being there? Do you have fears? Do you feel shame? Or maybe you think, oh my gosh, what will people say about or think about me? Or maybe you just have beliefs from your childhood. Remember, I'm just a Catholic girl, grew up beside the church, next to the church. I mean, I've got a lot of beliefs who weren't good for me anymore, and I've got a lot of old stuff to get rid of. So I couldn't be free sexy, wild, and liberated myself. So think about what is holding you back to have better sex whenever you want to have better sex. And also imagine, how would it affect your life? And since I'm talking to successful women and men, I always say, what do you think in a sales call? Who's going to get the client? The one who's desperate, who didn't have sex for months, maybe even 2 years, who's already bitter. I mean, you can see it in the face. Or the one who's on fire, sexy, juicy, just had really good sex tonight. So who's getting the call? Who's getting the client? How are the negotiations going? Or just imagine you're in a job interview. Who's going to get this job? If you feel sexy, free, hot, and on fire. See? That's why working with me gets you better sex. And you get from better sex more confidence, more happiness, more success, more money by working less. And if this is you and you say, maybe, or think by yourself, I want to have this too, yes, then send me an email to ute@utebenecke.de. And let's make it happen, and let's have better sex.